These beats are the purest. Prove it, prove it. These beats are the purest. Prove it.
And hello everybody, welcome on in to the Overwatch Clash Season 6 Week 7 matchup between the Fyxestroll Foxians and the Cuppa. I'll be your prodder and play-by-play Booney. Joining me today is going to be the roommate Corey, but I once have done a roommate cast, but we're back on it. And honestly, should be a fairly interesting matchup. Both these teams not having like the strongest season out of the box, 9 and 10 in our standings respectfully, but I think they're kind of really strongly in that kind of middle tier where they can either make the playoffs or miss it, and you won't be surprised either way. And this could be a really big matchup depending on, you know, how the last week go up of playoff standings, and maybe have some hope left or put some hope back into the season.
Yeah, I mean you've seen the the chatter amongst the server about the Cuppa. They just need that one match to kind of shine through. People are a little uncertain about them. They win a lot of maps, not a lot of matches though. So Foxians are the same way. They go a lot of map fives so far this season. So it should be a good matchup, and dare I say, slated to potentially be a map 5. Who knows?
Let's hope. I've cast some pretty. I'm gonna say crappy matches the last couple times, but hopefully an interesting one out the gate for us here going into our match. Of course, looking at last week's game, we had the Foxians taking a 3-0 win over the Strishnabotir, as well as a Chip Cuppa just barely missing out on their reverse sweep over the Funky Town Floppas. So, two teams looking at a fairly strong coming over. But the question with the Cuppa is, we saw them win a lot of games, but it was with a ringer for Fedora Master. So, can they bring it back with kind of this main roster? And we saw the change over to the Zarya for Yoda kind of be a huge boon to them on the squad, and hoping to get that reverse sweep, almost got it, but couldn't quite grab it. Opting in the Junker Queen here over the Zarya to begin, while we have Akua over on the horse. And I like the matchup of the Orisa into the Junker Queen. Is there a favorable matchup for your side, or comes down to mechanics at this point?
I think the Orisa currently with the Juno Brig is just a lot better looking. But Yoda is, he is known for both the Orisa and the Junker Queen. So we'll see.
Bit of a jumper there from Akua, trying to get his high ground control right back. War's wall not quite going to land there. The Law able to get out. Rebatez is falling pretty low though, so both supports had to play around this corner, but Yoda's beckoning them over to come meet him over on the point and start brawling this out. But just a very slow approach for the Chip Cuppa right now. Fedora Master set up in this little area, but with the Law down for some HP sec with the high ground control, does drop on down. Yoda trying to walk over into the backline, try to exchange, but Akua does the exact same thing. Yoda flying low over on the point. The jab spin from Akua will force him back, and right now it appears the Foxians have quite control at this point. A nice Maywall off from War as well. Ices Yoda, and they clean up that kill. And it appears we are going to have an early flip here for the Foxians, and just a nice, slow, methodical push with the Orisa, able to kind of choke out the Chip Cuppa's Junker Queen composition.
You see, the Orisa is just so strong, especially into the Brig matchup. You're able to basically use all 3 of your cooldowns to kind of bully the Brig and just dying.
War.
We saw that last fight.
War is fun to find the opening pick, hit a Maywall, and hit the headshot over on towards Toast, taking the Ash out of the fight. Toast had the Bob basically ready to go here, so a huge pick for the Foxians to continue to build his percentage. And they're going to go really aggressive here with the Overwatch Ray and Speed Ring into the spawn. They find Fedora Master. He's just standing in the Terror Surge, accepting his fate, as he just follow the Law as well, getting just dinked by HP Sec from way downtown. And the aggressive player from Foxians on their kind of alternate composition here, Akua on tank, Dire on support, is looking immaculate right now.
Wasn't sure about the, prospect of this it being possible, but the Foxians are running it, and so far it's looking pretty good. I would like to see, I don't know if Fedora Master, I know he does play the heroes, I don't know if he wants to, but it could be a pretty good mirror matchup if they decide to do that.
Overray for Rabataz, but is met here with Dire's rally. They use the Blizzard as well, the Icy Hot combo, the Shat combo with the Molten Core Blizzard, but the picks are heavily in favor now of the Foxes. HP Sec has the High Noon to clean up any stragglers should they be, but it's just Bob off in the corner enjoying the sunshine on the beach. But with 80%, Akua deciding to go very deep here. If they can get Rabataz or Yoda, it's going to be very good for the Foxes prospect. Yoda is opting to jump off the map at 90% and counting, hoping that Toast can get the touch over the Tracer. Right now, no ults for either side. The Law the closest with the rally, 7% away, but Toast is ready for this touch here last second. See if they notice that. Looks like they will not get that. But the stun, a huge javelin from Akua, just barely able to get out with the recall, is going to be Toast. HP Sec stuck up in the little area and finds the kill over onto the Tracer with the melee. And now the rally from the Law trying to make, but they just cannot touch. Akua just simply too big and burly in that choke, not allowing the Cuppa to get through, and not looking good right now for the Cuppa's prospects to take it to a Mat 5. But, from the last few games, and basically all their games this season, they don't start off very strong. They're just waiting for the reverse sweep opportunity, honestly, at this point.
I think you just really need ults from both Yoda, at least one ult that round from Yoda and the Law. They both built it right as over time kind of dwindled away, but if you're really confident about running either a Junker Queen or a Zarya into the Orisa instead of just opting for the Orisa Mirror, you really need to outbuild in the ult charge. Okay, that was a troll pick, but Fedora Master onto the Junkrat instead of the Torb.
I think
Could help,
this point's
I guess.
probably a lot better for the look of Chip Cuppa. The high ground control is just a little too good for the Foxes, but this one is just complete brawl over on towards this point, and Yoda swapping over to that Zarya a bit earlier in this match. They did in the last one, looking to counter out that Orisa play. But our Master's got the whole team of the Foxes kind of locked in this small room right now, just chucking grenades right down Main Street. And they will get out. HP Sec did fall pretty low. Big anti for Ramataz as well over onto Akua. Really stretched the resources. And they will eventually find the Law, but Fedora Master walking in the back line here. It's just going to be Jack going back towards the spawn, trying to survive. But an early flip for the Chip Cuppa as a much better look for them, especially the Ramataz hitting that big anti.
I believe that's the wrong spawn.
That would be the wrong spawn. I don't know exactly what he's trying to accomplish here.
World's largest stagger. If I were the...
They're still here. Let me get a pick or two.
Yeah, okay.
No, they're back.
I think the Cuppa definitely need to push that, but it's kind of hard against the Mei, to be honest.
I mean, going forward here, Raz close to his nano orbiter. Just going to have that. Probably going to put it on towards Yoda. Toast with a bob for the point contest as well if this really breaks out. If it's like falls low on the cross, Fedora Master just pelting in this damage with those grenades from way downtown. And Toast Bob does get chucked over on point. HP Sec antied, but going back towards spawn. They don't know the Cowboy is here. They eventually are going to punch over onto War, but Jack, I think his window pops up over to Ray to try to escape through this small little area. But Fedora Master with three-man tire catches him in the middle over to Ray, and now HP Sec going to get staggered. We'll find two on the way out, but a great fight there from Chip Cuppa using both DPS ultimates to take in a fight, but holding on to Grav and Nano.
That was really good. Toast was building Bob very fast. I'm impressed by that. Yoda trying to get onto the high ground and failing, but they're in a good spot. The Cuppa, they should be able to use grab before the other team gets Blizzard, and then they can use rally if they need to.
The jab will hit Fedora Master mid-air, mid-conk grenade, but gets right back towards his own spawn. That's where he's supposed to go, Jack, by the way. Take notes. Ramataz has a nano still ready to go, but a very aggressive push from Akua, but a big three-man Graviton Surge from Yoda. The follow-up over there over on towards Jack, but Akua with the big Terror Surge with their spawns. Both supports down as Akua with a third. Yoda, high charge on point, just trying to stay alive, but the rally from Dire might be huge here, but Yoda is melting him down.
Toast is still there.
Toast and War uses the Blizzard, and that's all you really need as a celebratory rally and spawn from the Law. No support else needed there for the Cuppa that entire point. As just they kind of basically take the aggression of the Foxians and just throw it back at him with the Orisa look, or with the Zarya look.
The Zarya was looking pretty good there. I also like the swap on the Ana. I know it's not the best swap in terms of if both teams are playing really well, but as you see today and if you've seen many times in the past, in Aurora especially, a lot of people are not playing perfectly or close to perfect, especially with cooldown. So the Ana is able to get a lot of value. I'm a big fan of Ana, as some of you know, so I always like seeing the play come out there, especially with the anti-nade. No Suzu, no Diva Matrix,
no shield. So basically,
exactly.
Ramataz is just chucking it down whenever she sees an enemy, and it's hitting at least two people every time, so it's looking good so far. But high ground control early right now for the Foxes. The anti is going to land over an HP Sec, but there's just simply no follow-up as Toast not quite ready for that engage just yet.
Oh, the Cheetos almost hit him, but...
And the turret down here for Dora as well. But just, again, a very slow approach here. Yoda actually is going to be under point, but maybe it's a bit of a bait, trying to get them to drop into Toast, set up on this kind of back area, but Yoda's going to need some help here soon, as the whole squad is there to just melt down the Zarya. Perhaps a little bit of miscommunication coming through the Chip Cuppa as Yoda goes in very aggressively and kind of pays for it there. Toast is just a little too late on the follow-up, and now Akua's going to clean up that kill feed, but not going to be too bad of a fight here for the Chip Cuppa as they're going to get out alive with 3 members.
You didn't expect. I don't think Yoda expected all 5 of them to drop onto him at once, and then, the good, I don't know what it's called, spinny thing from Kua to kind of separate him from those healers. But
War's wall not quite going to land though, so Kua try to follow up with a javelin, but the wall is going to block that one up, and now the cooldown's The exchange is really huge right now for the ship Cuppa. The roll and the Hinder Grenade from HVSec. The wall over on towards Yoda will isolate the Zarya, but has a bubble to stay alive here as Ramataz trying to get through that, trying to heal him up, but they will not get there in time. The wall, no real pressure on that one to break it before Yoda goes on down. And Ship Cuppa once again are forced to retreat here. War has another wall they need, but Fedora Master dying, and there you go. Look at the aggression here from the Fox and going into spawn. Use the Javelin spin over on towards the log. Terror Surge will attempt to find the Brigitte. And now 50% here for the Foxians as they go back to their little cubby hole, ready for next engage. And we see Chip Cuppa, we need to see him adapt once more.
I was liking the Junkrat on last map. I mean, obviously it's a bit harder to get value from a Junkrat over a Torb here, but really I think, you know, a Mei from either of the DPS would be good.
Over to Ray out from Jack, but they are going to respond with an anti-nade, but both supports fall to a nicely placed wall from War to follow up that over to Ray. And once again, no real answer. The Mullen Core comes out, but just really, nobody's going to walk into that one as your whole team's already dead. And now 85% counting. Akua's looking for a spawn hold, it appears, as Fedora finally stops over onto the far. It might just be a little bit too late for that. Dyer has the has the nano, and Toast down. Not a good start for Chip Cuppa. The Law will have this rally trying to walk in. The nano is over on towards Yoda, but the Blizzard High Noon combo might be huge here. Ramataz uses spun to death. The spin cycle on the washing machine will take her down. And with that being said, 99 to 0 on all 3 points, but will be the Foxians find their second one here and find our first map.
I think that just comes down to both these teams are strong in different areas, and when we saw, you know, the map swap to different strengths, like in this one that they're showing in the play of the game, like you said, very brawly. They're able to have the optional high ground. Fedora was just kind of like dancing around in the skybox a lot. But the other two, you know, Akua was able to utilize the spin as well as the javelin to kind of push people in the corners and just isolate them and kill them, and ultimately that was what won them the map.
And we'll see where Chip Cuppa take us in our next map after a short little break. Do not go anywhere, everybody. Overwatch Clash will continue after this. And welcome back, everybody, to the Overwatch Clash Season 6 Week 7 matchup between the Fyxestroll Foxians and the Cuppa. We saw a pretty dominant back and forth for either team on Oasis on our first map, but now going over onto Blizzard World, we have some pretty big changes coming up for the Cuppa. We're going to have Strudel coming on in for DPS and Fedora swapping to an off-roll of support. Everything's staying the same for the side of the Foxians. I mean, broke, don't fix it, but what do you think this, Fedora Master support look is going to be here for the Cuppa? It's something we haven't seen very often, but it's also something that we haven't seen very often because Fedora hasn't been here to play. So potentially a new look for the Cuppa that could catch Foxians off guard.
I like it. I think it's good, especially if you're going to play the Zarya into the Orisa. You kind of need a bit more healing, a bit more support. And so I believe Fedora Master is mainly like a flex support pool. So I think the Law is mainly a main support player. So it could opt for them to go double flex here to get more healing. Nope, they just play the same comp. Gotcha. Mei though, that's good. I think that's kind of necessary into their comp, especially if they're running their own Mei.
I mean, maybe just kind of playing more for Fedora Master, able to lead in the comms on the Brigitte over, and then just have Strudel come in. But Toast is the one to open things up with a nice shot on the Widowmaker, takes the Mei out of the equation. So good start. Strudel is trying to 1v1 the Orisa as we have the Zarya rotating up onto this high ground right now. The Widow might have caught the Foxians a bit off guard here, but they do play a lot slower now, backing towards their point, taking the high ground control. Fyxestroll jumping up over a little area, but Strudel finding Dire. So a really good start right now for the Cuppa as they found 2 kills. Eventually War will get back to the fight, but another anti over on towards War makes the Mei have to use this wall, and with the cool falling very low, has the Fortified to stay up, and Jack is pelting the horse full of pellets as Yoda in an awkward position here might get felled. Yes, they do. A good follow-up on the Javelin as Strudel down as well. The wall from Strudel kind of isolating his Zarya out there for the healing, and just a bit of miscommunication from a Cuppa. They will get a tick here. That's all they're going to grab.
A big javelin by Akua and then a spin to kind of push Yoda away from the fight. Oh, the Orisa. Okay.
Yoda walks in for a bit of free charge on those bubbles. Looks like he will get just that and go back to his little area. We do have the team spawns for Fedora and Toast, who will have all 5 members right out now. But Jack with the orbital ray could look to go pretty aggressive here through his Chopa. Toast again with an opening pick on the Widowmaker, trying to bring his team over the finish line here on point A. As with no orbital ray, the Cuppa are able to take a lot of space here. Fyxestroll forced to roll up the high ground. Toast once again with another onto War. And yeah, this should be point A here, especially with Fedora Master popping that rally. Anti gonna land over on the Brigitte, but it's gonna exchange over onto the Orisa. So they use the Blizzard here from Strudel on the solo horse and Fortify. Yeah, I'm not sure. That maybe indicates a swap from Strudel. Potentially not wanting to play the Mei on point B with all the high grounds. Maybe like a Hanzo look from Strudel, old Pop-Tart days. If you're an OG, you know that name. But I think they're sticking with
It's not about the money. It's about sending a message, maybe. I don't know. He's still on the Mei.
Orbital ray, but Toast. Okay, the second I stop spectating Toast, he gets a kill. I'm sorry. I'll stop watching you, my man. A big ground tone surge on the high ground up this turret here, but a lot of healing from the Orbital ray will keep him alive for just a couple seconds here, but eventually the picks coming through for both these teams here. Akua in the backline with yet another terror surge, but Yoda cleans up. It's just tank-on-tank action here. Toast trying to run away from the horse, but the big bubble to keep up with all that pressure. Eventually will fall, but Yoda gets a push over on his cart. Akua 1 HP, make that 0, and Yoda eventually the last man standing, the final shonen walking forward. And they will get through this choke, and a nice cheap ultimate fight to bring that back after using potentially the Blizzard unnecessarily there.
I like that look. You got 2 tanks, like you said, big nano. The Cuppa won that battle, and 2 ults for the Foxians though. Gonna have to hope for like as I'm saying, I was about to say gotta hope for a pick, but
I mean, if Toast hitting shots like this, you can waste as many ultimates as you possibly need. He's going crazy on this Widowmaker right now. Sets his sights over on the Ana. Can they land a shot? No, will just be a little bit of bias shot here. If Fyxestroll drops to low ground here, has high noon, but Fedora Master just played that pillar perfectly. Dodges out on that damage. Akua's in your back line though, and finds Strudel, so still doable for either team here. Yoda is on the high ground just melting faces with some decent amount of energy, and Toast on the hard flank, but Fyxestroll with the Peacemaker sends the purple lady right back to spawn. And yeah, with those quick kills for the Fox, they're finding a stabilize on the point B defense as they get about halfway through point B for the Chip Cup, and Yoda will fall here, lose out on that charge. A devastating their little kill there as the Fox look to hold the choke once again.
Bit of an interesting. I said that many times. I'll say it again though. Akua using his cooldowns very well. You know, just isolating people.
A nice wall from War as well. Ice hits Forward Master in his rally, takes the Brigade out of the fight. And now two members of Chip Couple will be forced to retreat once again. Yoda just trying to stabilize as long as he possibly can and get some charge, but will die eventually. Forward Master swaps off the Brigade over onto the Zenyatta. What do you think about that swap here, Corey?
I think it's good. You realize that you're not necessarily like getting a bunch of value from the Brigade in terms of like rally and crowd control, so you just want to stick that Discord orb right on the Orisa, use the Zarya beam to melt him down.
Strudel goes on top with the wall and tucks the Blizzard up there, so they might isolate a few members, but Dire dies to the freeze, but gets a nano off onto the tank in time. They will exchange out for Yoda for Dire. The wall from Strudel keeps the team alive through all the pressure of the nano. Eventually will dissipate here, but down Yoda. You can't really push too far for your Chip Cup. He's just running back from spawn as long as he possibly can, but Akua's in your spawn. Takes out Fedora, hits a jab over on towards Yana as well. The Terror Surge on to Ramataz. Will take her down. And Yoda will try to melt the tank, try to get a little bit of space back, but the Juno healing is just too much. Never mind as Yoda melts him on down. And that might be a bit of over-aggression from Akua there, as Yoda has a grab for the punish to decide to use it. Looks like Fyxestroll will try to run away through the coastline. Looks like we'll get out in time. No, actually, Yoda steps out to Cassidy. Another roll, the cooldown just in perfectly time for this roll away through the mini. The cart rolled all the way back towards the Chip Cup of spawn, but they are going to push us forward as they have grabbed by Fyxestroll with the Noon, but the big sleep from Ramataz shuts that down. Their Graviton Surge as well. Orbital Ray on top of the Graviton Surge cannot keep Fyxestroll up through all the pressure, and two quick kills here for the Chip Cup. And this, we might just be seeing the punishment on the over-aggression there from Akua on that first on the defense, and they may pay for the point cap.
I'd be wary of this Widowmaker setup here on God knows where he is.
He's just right down mains. He's behind Yoda right now. Oh. War can use a block in time. As they lose out on the Mei, the last stability gone from the point here. Fortify and Anti.
Oh, Fyxestroll won. Oh.
Fyxestroll is dipping and dodging. Will survive, but the Transcendent from Fedora Master will keep Yoda nice and healthy over on towards the point. Dire 1 HP, as well as Strudel is in your backline with some decent amount of charge, just jumping like a frog. Just going ballistic. He's not from West Farthing, but still doing it. And we do have a Tracer swap from War. He might get kind of stuck out here as Strudel hunting him down. Will get out with the recall right back in the enemy team. Might get punished here.
Definitely will get punished. A bit questionable. You're swapping on the Iari as well. Losing the ult fight pretty drastically here. I mean, if you can prevent the orbital right from getting built, then you're probably going to take this and cap all 3 points.
Toast is absolutely stat padding over the side here, getting up those headshot markers. Oh, but onto the Orisa. They eventually lose out on that battle. We do also have an Antony from Ramataz over onto Fyxestroll, force him off that high ground, but Strudel just spinning and trying to get away here, but never mind. Akua pulls him right back in with that Terror Surge. And Fedora on the high ground getting hunted right now. Hunted for his hide. Just trying to get up. He's endangered species. Make the mistake. And some decent offense here building for both sides. But right now the Chip Cup have a slight advantage with the tank.
It's going to be interesting to see how this last fight plays out. A lot of ults for the Cuppa. Got to see how you use them. Do they know about the Orisa's in the room behind?
They do eventually realize that
you got
one.
Touch cart?
The Overlay comes out. Aurelia's Groundtown Surge locks down two members on the high ground. They can't get the healing from the Overlay just yet. War falling low over onto the side, but will survive. Captain Sun cleans up Fedora Master. Now it's just Yoda and Strudel on the point. Make that just Yoda. Raz with a desperate swap over on towards that Juno, but will not get back in time. The Transcendence from Fedora Master not able to get popped before the timer expires and hits 0. About 2.5 points captured for the Chip Cuppa, as they are in a very winnable situation right now.
It'd be interesting to see who cracks first, who swaps off the respective comps they're running, believing that they are both the superior comp to win the game. But
I honestly like the idea of the Zenyatta and the Widowmaker on defense. Let more of the attack even. You know, just able to step on such far angles on this high ground and basically keep your distance away from the reset. That's kind of what their plan is right now at this moment, because we saw on point A, when they reset, they get into your backline by just spinning and holding Fortify. It was pretty rough, but they swap over on the Zenyatta on to keep the Widowmaker and just play more for the spam, play more for the distance, and it seemed to work out pretty well for them. But no, they're going to swap right back onto this Brigitte, not opting into the Zenyatta. I want to see if Raz going to go with potentially a Juno look here for a speed ring counter, but maybe a bit of a speed ring, disengaged look. And are we going to see a dive look from the Foxians with War on the Sombra and Aku on the Winston? Would not be surprised to see us potentially trying to counter out Yoda's ult charge, but I mean, that's just the classic, platinum, diamond, rock, paper, scissors. He plays Zarya, so I'm going to go Winston, and we're obviously instantly going to win. A couple more factors come into a team play and team environment like this, but
I'm curious. They're running kind of like a traditional defending comp here, like back in, let's say, the double shield days. The bat break, going to the Juno or the Ana. Maybe looking to get a bit more pressure so that you're able to go into the Widow sight line. Slip up like that. As I'm saying that.
Go in the Widow sightline, you say. Yeah, Tosa take that any day of the week and just takes Yana out of this fight with a little cap to the noggin there. We're going to have to probably be a bit of a slow down for the Foxians. Akua is just kind of just staging right now on the low ground, but Tosa on this off angle trying to get shot. HP Sec cannot quite get it. HP Sec will fall low, but will get healed right back up by Jack in the speed ring. And that's bubble from Akua. Keeps teaming up nice and healthy. As Yoda falling low here, but the healing from Ramataz is just in time. Some bubbles being exchanged here back and forth from both tanks. The wall from Strudel will isolate HP Sec over on the point, but no real follow-up on that as everyone's looking over towards Akua. Akua is stuck on point, couldn't quite get away with the jump, but Dire, in fact, opens up with a kill onto the main. No more wall utility for the Chip Cuppa here. Speed ring from Jack for the re-engage, but with Akua down, went out of his bubble for just a second there. Early high noon from HP Sec for the reload. Still very even fight here, 4-on-4, potentially a tick garnered here for the Fox and the Chip Cuppa. You're ready for the re-engage right now. It's true. It turns on the Tracer, right for touch. HP Sec trying to roll away the hack over on towards Yoda, but still gets the kill in the meantime. And Toast finds another headshot onto a support here. As now the bubble is just in time to keep Dire alive, but that would be another fight victory here. They might get his chasing kills here as well. Akua falling low. We have Strudel, this hard chase this Ana in this little back angle, and will find Dire. So a good stagger here and a great defense so far from the Chip Cuppa War with a 2-centimeter TP to his right. Will fall into Akua's bubble and stay alive, but once again, Chip Cuppa stave off the attack.
That's all you need. That's all you need. Yeah, with the Akua on the tank here, you don't really have a Widow that can duel the Toast Widow here, and is EMP going to be enough to take this? They're only at 70%, 2 minutes in.
Oh. Toast almost hit the headshot over on towards Jack with the sights active here. Yoda does have the Graviton Surge. Probably would just look to maybe solo grab onto Akua. They do lockdown 2 members, but here comes out that Graviton Surge. And I'm not seeing anybody grouped up. I'm just going to assume that it was eaten by Winston. Yeah, we'll go with that. Photomaster does get dived in here on the background, but Ramataz through the window finding 2. Ramataz going crazy right now with the help of her Immortality Field. Just ducking and diving with the help of the bubbles as well from Yoda. And she might just brought this back. Akua trying to do something here with the Primal Rage, but just him and Dire on this point. Yoda, high charge. It is just Akua right now, but Yoda's very low here. The Primal Rage from Akua finds over onto Toast, and now Yoda trying to run back. The stick mid-air on Strudel with the Tracer. Clutching it out for Chip Cuppa with the 2 kills. And despite Yoda's best efforts, the Chip Cuppa have won the fight.
Yeah, you can see the frustration from Akua there after Rise gets 2 kills with the Immortal or Amplification Matrix. Kind of a frustrated Primal with the Nano up. Just kind of like, I gotta kill this person now.
However, the DPS ults are almost ready for the Foxes, ready to go on this high ground. Look for an EMPs. It is built up just in time. Lands onto 3 members, but there's no follow-up. They had to drop, and now the EMP just goes to the wayside as Akua was forced off that high ground, fell too low, and the EMP was just slightly too late. And now Chip Cup is still 5-on-5. The hack over on towards manual hack. Lands 80% with the high noon, tries to clear him off the point, but Doormaster finds War. Another pick gained here. Another tick from Fox, but Toast cleans this one up. The headshot markers are lighting up the kill feed for Chip Cuppa as the Foxians are left flabbergasted at their attack. And honestly, gentlemen, let's never see this again, because you cooked,
Lord.
but you just burnt the water.
This is a support duo clinic being put on here by the Cuppa. I mean, it's taken everything you could throw at him. Nano Monkey, EMP, doesn't matter. I think they only died once each on the defense there. And, wow. You know, the dive was clearly not working. The ultimates were not being built.
But Corey, how did we lose? We counter swapped the tank. We went Winston when they went Zarya. How did we lose?
You know?
Crazy.
I think we're gonna have to get a VOD review to figure out exactly what went wrong there, because on paper, Monkey counters Zarya.
Yeah, we got to get Neptune on the call here.
And Juno's better than Bap, so like I don't know.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens after this map break. A tied series and a much better look for the Cuppa there, and
they're already on going to temp Throne of Anubis.
Well, going on Throne of Anubis, I don't have that set up in prod, but it.
It's not inspiring confidence the instant you lose a map. You just say Anubis.
I did have Randy leave the game, so maybe we're getting a ringer situation. Who really knows? But we'll see on the side's break. Do not go anywhere. Aurora Overwatch Clash continues after this. And welcome on back, everybody, to the Overwatch Clash Season 6, Week 7 matchup between the Foxians and the Chip Cuppa. We are going over on the Throne of Anubis, some Clash gameplay coming out here for us, Corey. And we have a swap from the Foxians. They're done trolling. Randy is back over onto his main. Akua has returned to us. and going back over onto his main role of DPS, and Dire back over on towards the tank. And we're going to be seeing Dire. You know, we know Dire is a really good Queen player from his time on the Stone Hedgehogs, or is it the Numbies? I forget which one of those side-on Kevin teams it was. But when he was playing last time, he was very good on the Junker Queen and the Risa, respectively, but actually starting off on the Junker Queen here on Clash.
The Numbies.
Okay, good to know. Stone Hedgehog's tank was Flambeau or something, wasn't it? I don't know. Well, Kevin was the tank. Okay. I'm trying to remember my Aurora history here. It's been a while. I'm getting old. And, I mean, you're always thinking on the Zarya, but maybe with the Siege Dire on the Queen, maybe they'll kind of opt into that mirror because they know how confident Yoda is on that Junker Queen. But Akua on the Junkrat here, trying to match Fodor Master's Freak. Forces Toast Wraith out early over on towards the side here, but HVSec is just standing menacingly in the corner on the Reaper. And right now, Akua jumping on in, but a nice bubble will keep the Junkrat alive, or will keep the Torbjorn alive through all that pressure of the Junkrat. Toast goes on into the backline, but forced to Wraith out early here. Both bubbles are forced. Jack's healing resource here are kind of being strained right now, and Akua will go down first. Fedora's 1 HP. The point barely flipped over for the Foxians, but they will stabilize just at the last second here, and the Moira is just struggling to keep the team alive with all this pressure. And Corey, I know you got a really strong preference against the Moira compositions. Maybe we're kind of seeing why here.
Yeah, I mean, you just can't provide really any utility whatsoever on Moira. It's basically just your ult. And we saw that, the Juno speedring. Baptiste being able to moon boots on the high ground. Oh, hold on now.
I mean, HVSec did get the last second touch, but it is just him, and he eventually will fall. War 1 HP as well. Yoda is melting down the opposition, and all the Fox is doing right now is just feeding more ult charge over to the enemy team. As there's not much of a chance to take someone back unless there's a clutch potentially from the Moira and the Junkrat, but I'm not feeling a miracle in my sleeve. Never mind, the miracle might be coming in here. Molten Core engaged from Fedora Master to keep him off the point. But with Yoda down, that's the point presence completely removed for the Chip Cuppa, and a great opening pick through that Coalescence.
Oh, Toast clears.
I mean, they're going to exchange on the Reapers here, and still ults on both sides. We haven't had a first point capture, but Toast fighting too with the boop away as well on the high ground. Point. They're going to get that touch. Dire trying to survive with that shovel will get taken down. This fight is still going on, Corey. We haven't got a single point captured yet, but I think eventually we're going to get one here.
I love Clash. Fedora Master taking a 30 1v1. Oh god, you might need to use grab here.
We're not done just yet. Here comes in the beat. It's only a 3-man though. The grab off the point, but HVSec responds with a huge Reaper ultimate of his own, and we're still going. Akua's tire finds nothing but the corner, and I think the Fox might just have done it with a really clutch pick on the Fedora Master. Goes way
ultimates before the point is captured.
Fedora's going way too aggressive there. Getting punished for that. And the TP over on Toast. Not ready to get one just yet. And okay, what did that accomplish? Hopefully Toast can get out with his own life here. Doesn't really look like it. HVSec over on towards his flank and glues it on the Reaper. And with 2 quick kills here, with Muffin going down and no Lucio or speedring for them to get back from spawn, it's going to be rough for Chip Cuppa to try to stabilize here. Remataz is knifed right back in from Dire. It's a disaster for Chip Cuppa. It's all falling apart after a strong start.
If this was ever a screaming neon sign to go Junker Queen, it is right now on Clash into another Junker Queen.
Nope. He's sticking with it. Respect.
Don't care.
Don't care. I like the Russian lady. So 2 quick points now for the Foxians that they just steamrolled on point D. Now going on towards E here. They're going to have Jack Coalescence once again ready to go. The healing resources now not really needed here. We'll have a big ultimate. It's a big rampage as well. 2 members, Immortality Field and Molten Core trying to keep him off, but Akua is exchanged. Support ultimates going back and forth for either team. Your spawn advantage for the Chip Cuppa right now. And the ults are all gone for the Foxians as Jack will finally fell. Muffin Lumps with the swap over on the Kiriko for the TP right back in. Yoda finds 3 as well, and that will just be about it. And finally, a stop of the bleeding for the Chip Cuppa as we get this point right back. But the ultimates are really here for the Foxians, looking at both DPS ready to go.
Honestly, I don't really know what I'm seeing right now. A lot of questionable decisions.
You're seeing Clash.
Yeah, if you're the Cuppa, you just need to force the. Okay.
Oh, it's a good start here. Taking Jack.
talk about someone and they just die. Like,
Welcome to Castle.
I was gonna say you need to force fade out of the Moira, but oh
Cool
god.
using the tire here, trying to bring it back, trying to clutch it, but Yoda has found all the kills they need. HP's like stuck in the tire, trying to play American Sniper against Razzmatazz, but she gets out with a sliver of HP. And I love Clash, because despite the early advantage here, we're going to be tied up, going right back into point C.
And the Cuppa have a massive ult advantage here. I don't know. Yoda's kind of buying this lonesome, though.
Oh, they're trying.
Oh.
It's a 3-man beat here. They're trying to get a boop on the side off the coast, but the Cuppa just simply were too aware of that one. Toast comes in with the Reaper Blossom, fighting 2 off the Death Blossom. 1 for each shotgun, make that a 3rd for Toast here on the Reaper guy. And we're going to have a big HV Sec comes in, finding 2, trying to bring it back. We'll get 2, but I don't know if they're going to spawn in time as HV and War have net to spawn. Akua trying to come back on the Tracer for the touch. But they're going to be walking into an orbit array. Should the Cuppa size not winnable? Akua diving on in here. The Phage force as well. Akua down. Can't recall. And Dire swaps over on the Zarya of their own, but Yoda stuck on the high ground. Razzmatazz opting in. The orbit array just stabilize and capitalize on this point, on the advantage here. They know the swaps from the Foxians are just simply too late here, and they have a big spawn advantage and ultimate going into this point B. And now the Chip Cuppa have flipped this map entirely on its head.
Ay. What is happening? But the Toast Reaper ults are basically like the classic, like, someone points. You know, you got 2 people, someone points like behind you, and then you look, and then he ults. They shouldn't work, but they do. I don't know.
Jack does fall pretty low here, but Tire coming out from Fedora Master trying to force him back. They are stuck in a small little room, though. Should he realize this, goes in, finds out on War. One support down here. Jack has a coalescence, though, for the retreat. Should they need Muffin Lumps throwing down that Casino Rush on the high ground. Keeps team nice and healthy there to stave off Akua's dive attempt. The TP in from Toast. Walking down the tank now. We have the coalescence out from Jack, forcing back the Chip Cuppa for now. Yoda flying very low. Akua on the pincer maneuver. Finding out on Muffin Lumps, and now it's probably going to be a Chip Cuppa reset here, but they're actually going to come back in with 3, and the big Grouton Surge, though, potentially winnable here for him. As 3 quick kills come through, they look at the wave respawn, but Dire just barely missed out on that wave, so Dire will spawn last, and HV stuck down, and now we're going on to a winnable situation for Chip Cuppa, 1 point away.
This is some disgusting Overwatch. I'm gonna be real. I mean, this is very messy.
Oh, Jack.
It's working though.
Oh, Jack does have the fade out. Akua over on the point, takes down the turret, but forced to recall. And now the speed in, and now they might get punished too. War down.
What are they doing? Oh hell no.
Dire down as well here. We'll get the wave respawn, but the huge spawn advantage right now for Chip Cuppa, and they only have 1 tick here on point A to take this map.
Don't look now, but HVSec is hiding around the corner, waiting. Lying in wait. They do have the Graviton. However, Cuppa do have the orbital ray to counter the Graviton. You know, as well as a nicely timed Suzu that could effectively neuter the grab. Yoda is kind of just...
Big grab, big Suzu. A lot of ultimates been thrown out here. And eventually it will be the capitalization.
Wait.
You would think that would be the capitalization, but it is just Yoda on the point right now, so I don't think it'll be it. But a pretty good fight back here from the Chip Cuppa, trying to bring it back for the team is Yoda. Maybe trying to get a Grouton search for final point territory here. There's going to be a lot of ults on both sides, and Dire over onto the Doomfist for our very climactic point B.
I don't like that one bit. I'm gonna be real. I don't like it. I don't know if he even plays Doomfist.
Let's get a spec in and see if he does. Both Reapers TP up on the high ground here. Turret is taken down. Toast forced to Wraith away. So cooldown advantage right now for the Foxes on this high ground. Yoda trying to stay over on towards this point.
If he had grab right now, that'd be so juicy.
If you're Cuppa, do you play for point C or do you try to win it right now with your ultimates? You have 4, but the beat as well as the Grouton Surge. Razzmatazz down, Casino Rush grab. A lot of ults being thrown out here between the Chip Cuppa falling and losing out on numbers. And
nobody expects the Toast Reaper ult.
Toast down, Yo's grab gone. And now there's going to be Coalescence versus Reaper ultimate on point C. I love Clash. We're going right back to the middle.
Going back to where everything started, the beginnings.
Bit of an advance right now, though, from Chip Cuppa as they all spawn right outside point C, so they will have position here as the fight begins to break out. And Dire might have a pretty tough time on the Doomfist, especially in closed quarters here, to find a good dive, but looking for it, trying to position himself.
Yoda needs to back up.
Yoda is stuck out in the middle of nowhere. Had to use a bubble here, trying to stay alive. Ramantez pelting him full of damage, but Toast with the Reaper ult in the back line. The fade is perfect time, though, from Jack. Keeps the Moira alive. And if I'm Muffin here, Toast 1 HP, Fedora 1 HP, so much healing gone for the Chip Cuppa. And the Foxes might just clutch this one out, despite the comeback from the Cuppa might just not be enough. And that might just do it there.
It's a questionable decision to Reaper ult the Moira with fade. But yeah, I mean, we're just showcasing how kind of awful Clash is as a game mode.
I believe you mispronounced awesome, but you know, you're not really a you're a newcaster course, so I'll give you the backup on that. We love Blizzard Entertainment, we love Clash. But the fact that it ends up back on point C for the final victory as well for Clash is just insane. And but yeah, we'll have to go back to a short little map break. 2-1 here for the Foxians. They have the advantage. They're at match points. We'll have to see how this goes after the short little break. Do not go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Overwatch Clash continues after this.
These beats are the purest. Prove it. These beats are the purest. Prove it.
And welcome back, everybody, to the Aurora Overwatch Clash Season 6 Week 7 matchup between the Fyxestroll Foxians and the Chip Cuppa. Battle of 2 and 4 teams, our 9th seed and our 10th seed, battling for potentially the last playoff spot going forward. And the Foxians have a slight advantage after taking Throne of Anubis in a back and forth affair. We're going over on the Chip Cuppa's selected map of Circuit Royale. And we do have to mention that Akua had to leave for another match, so we have Neptune coming in to step in for the ringer situation. And for the Cuppa, Strudel comes back onto the DPS and Fedormaster back to the support line here. So we're going to see Toast Strudel, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised to take a double sniper look with Strudel on the Hanzo. I know it's kind of in his hero pool. And I'm interested to see, because we also have Pokemon Guy ringing in for the Foxians, I believe. For somebody. I don't know who he's ringing for. Maybe War had to step away as well. Maybe they're just trolling. This is the
War
Foxians.
is still there. I mean,
Okay,
yeah, it's just
the Foxians being
average
good.
Foxians trolling.
Yeah. Yeah, going to Circle Royale, we know it's kind of a Sigma on Sigma. You go against Dire and Yoda, which, I mean, both these tanks have the Sigma in their hero pool. It's definitely not the first tank you think of when you think of either of them, but they have very solid Sigmas. So I think that matchup is fairly even, on paper, but we have seen, a DPS or a support kind of swing that tank matchup in a huge direction either way. So it should be interesting to see what both teams decide to run out on. Maybe for the rest, back over on the Zenyatta of all things. I don't know what you're kind of expecting to see out of both these teams here, Corey, with the ringer now coming in for Neptune and for Akua.
I think there's a big potential for Sigma for the Cuppa, Sigma, Babsen, and like you said, probably Strudel Hanzo. Could be a Strudel May. Definitely Toast Widow. And then for the Foxians, I'm going to say Sigma. Could try the Ramatra as well. And then probably a Mercy. Maybe they're going to want to run Ashe.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Toast so far this series has been crazy on the longer hit scan, either the Ashe or that Widow especially. Maybe we'll see that. Yeah, we have the Foxes for some reason trying to get Pokemon Guy to ring, even though they have all 5 members of their team. Who really knows what's going on there? But eventually we're going to go back into the match here. We are entering into our 4th and potentially final map of Circuit Royale. We have the Cuppa on the attack first, and they got themselves a pretty good time bank to potentially bring themselves to a Mat 5, but it wouldn't be a Cuppa's game if it wasn't a Mat 5, so you kind of almost expect them to win this map here.
You would expect them to win this map, but stranger things have happened. Who knows? I certainly don't after seeing last map's outcome. I think anything can happen, especially the Blizzard World attack. I don't know. My prediction, pretty close for the Cuppa. I mean, Genji instead of Hanzo. Maybe they'll... Nope, never mind. That is exactly right.
Appears Yoda was begging for no Tortuga strat, but sadly they are doing Tortuga strat. But if you know what's coming, it's not nearly as shocking. Oh god, Jack, don't do that. He has the voice line spam, and you know what I'm talking about when it comes to Juno there, Corey. And
I do know.
we do have the Zenyatta play coming out from Fedormaster once again. The Tortuga strat, not going to find anybody there as they are aware of that with the Sonic Arrow off from Strudel. So now, just kind of taking the high ground control is going to be a Chip Cuppa and slowly forcing this composition back. Yoda is 35% towards that Flux already here, but they've isolated him and get a nice wall from Neptune. Speaking of nice Neptune plays, finds a headshot over on towards Strudel, and now Yoda's in a rough position here. Looks like he will survive, but just force them back into their little hubby hole. But the cart continues to stay at this spot. The wall from Ward wall from Neptune not gonna land. As Strudel swaps over on towards his Bastion. Once again, just trying to break down this composition slowly but surely. Yoda 70% towards this Gravitic Flux already. Dire only 30% on the Shatter, but gets in the backline and finds the hammer swings over onto Fedormaster. And your space cannot be taken advantage of if you cannot hold the space as Dire just charges on in and finding out onto Yoda. And there we go. A nice solid minute and 56 already off the clock for the Foxians. As really no answer so far from Cuppa.
It's looking pretty good from the Foxians here with Tortuga.
They find Fyxestroll is alone right now by himself over on the side. They will find both supports from the chip from the Fox and Cuppa eventually find winning this one back.
Strudel's been pushing the cart the whole time too. That's big.
And we also have the Dire stuck in the back line here on the right of the leaps from Razzmatazz, the hops. Just dodge out on that charge. And now with the Reinhardt going down there very late in the fight, it'll be a really rough position here, but they got to touch the cart. There we go. They're sticking with all the composition, though they have the ult ready to go. Toast almost finds a headshot over on Jack, taking the Juno out of the fight earlier would have been huge for them. He's trying to line up on the dropping members on the low ground, but the blizzard from Neptune over on towards the point, but Fyxestroll first to fall. Yoda will get frozen up, but the transcend is perfectly timed from Fedora Master and sends them back. Now Toast has a shooting gallery with no Reinhardt in his face to shut this one down. And yeah, despite their early good looks, they're still going to get a very good time back for point B. And the composition for the Foxians look a lot worse now to hold a choke.
That was good ult usage and discipline from multiple players at Cuppa there, as well as I think two nicely timed picks.
Oh. Okay.
Air Jordan.
Fyxestroll with the high noon trying to clear some space back over on his high ground, but they do just kind of run around the corner here. But he might go in for the drop down. They don't know if he's there. Doesn't quite have it, but the 3-man shadow from Dire. Immortality Field is in time, but gets broken very quickly. As they do get Jack and Neptune off the back of this one, so maybe not spawn hole coming in, but Dire charging into spawn. Finds the pin onto the Widowmaker. And they're going to both support almost ready to go. Neptune swaps off the Mei on the Widow himself. Will match Toast.
That's interesting. I mentioned that in Blizzard World that, you know, Akua and Tank meant that they couldn't really match the Widow, but we will see a Widow duel here on Circuit. Not sure who's going to come out victorious, but Strudel is trying to cook up some like nade spots, I think, but
here comes the over to Ray to counter out that artillery strike from Strudel. Yoda close to our flux here. No kills from either team. They find Strudel in the small little corner there. As it appears, the Cuppa will begin to retreat and not want to take this fight any longer. But they might try to go for a punish if they go too aggressive with the Gravitic Flux out from Yoda. He's trying to hold the space right now, but Dire will eventually concede the space back as Neptune lines up the shooting range but can't quite find the shots.
Good ult advantage from the Cuppa here. You gotta be looking to use those, I think. You know, if you time them correctly, and maybe if the Foxians have to back up a little bit, you should be able to cap .2 from those. We'll see. Maywall comes out, but doesn't get much.
Also nice flux to 3-man up in the air right now, and Fyxestroll will go on down. The rock just barely misses there. Dire has a shatter, but can't use it as a shield burst at just the wrong time. Chip Cuppa walking forward. Neptune trying to hit that grapple shot 180. Turning back towards spawn, but Yoda's the one playing the sniper on the Sigma. Sends him on back. I mean, is Dire just going to charge in for a shatter here? It looks like they're going to try to go for it, but with 2 meters remaining, they can't get the touch off. And right around the corner, it's going to be a big shatter. It's a 3-man, but the point was already captured. Toast going to get punished, but Dire stuck in the Mei wall. They do force out that amplification from War. So right now the cart just barely gets around the corner. Toast will be back to the fight here momentarily at the wall. They can contest through that wall. Neptune once again swaps off the Widow over on the Mei to match Jack. Closer over to Ray. Could look for the re-engage with that one once the point where it begins to open up. The wall on Strudel, but taking that down. It's a good start for the Foxians as they continue to move forward here. Both supports have ultimates. Toast using that goes in those sights, and right now it's just a very scrappy back and forth affair right now as Toast trying to get his off angle but gets caught off by the Mei. The pin in under the wall, and Toast gets that off angle and finds the shot. And now the Transcendence is thrown out from Fedora Master to stop that engage. Fyxestroll with the high noon, use it just for the reload in that over to Ray. And finally the Chip Cuppa looks to be back up for just a couple seconds here. The fight is still going on. No real advantage for either team going forward. Yoda forced uses Grid of Flux only against War in it, and War will survive with that beat as well. Strudel stuck in no man's land, has the Blizzard, chucks it down over on towards the point. A nicely
my
placed wall
wall.
keeps himself alive and ices it over on towards
No
War.
way.
And finally, the Chip Cuppa might have a slight advantage here. Dyer finding out Strudel. But now Dyer is stuck in a no man's land with just a shield and a pin. Oh, we'll get a little more ult charge on that one. Not quite the shatter, but we'll have our next fight. This stick on this composition with 2 minutes remaining and point C.
That was impressive. The mail plus the wall, able to get 2 frozen and, you know, escape for another 5 seconds of their life. Toast.
I stopped him for just a second. You only see the elimination thing come up. Flying out on the kill on the Mei is huge, especially going through this choke right now. If you are Chip Cuppa, Dyer drops over on towards the point. Has Shatter ready to go. Breaks the TP down, but Toast again with another pick on his high ground. Dyer, 200 HP, just trying to hold shields on as possibly can here, but Strudel's in your backup with a TP. Nice block over on the wall. Here the Shatter finds nothing but a shield.
Ooh.
This over wet jet from Dyer, only going to find a shield from Yoda, and now Toast still just poking from the main area here. Gets another kill onto the 1 HP Reinhardt. War dies on him, but the Transcendence from Fedora Master keeps up the frozen Yoda. The Blizzard finding death from Neptune. Jack has over to Ray for the recontest. Should they get one more touch? But huge advantage. And Neptune can't survive.
Frozen yogurt.
And yeah, it's just with War and Neptune both going down. It's desperation here as Dyer swaps on the Doomfist. But Toast cleans that up with the quick scope. And to cap with time after how you started is great for the Cuppa.
They were down to, I think, like a minute 30 after they got out of their spawn, maybe 2 minutes. And, you know, over 30 seconds remaining with the full cap, that's impressive. Especially, I think, that fight at the start of third point. I mean, that took like an extra 2 minutes off the clock as well. But Toast on, I think, every single stage or part of this map, timely picks, really good transcendences from Fedora Master. I don't know if you noticed, but he built that transcendence like by shooting the Mei as the Mei was freezing him. So very close there, but yeah, it's a good performance from the Cuppa. I mean, this guy's
and now
it's looking like it might go to map 5.
Because, yeah, now you got to imagine you can't really run the Ryan composition, which is looking really good for the Foxians. They at least take a lot of time off. This isn't a map you see, you know, Ryan played most of the time. You see some teams specialize in that one, and Fox eventually putting their name on that list. But now walking kind of into a sniper mirror and, you know, looking at it with how they were playing, you got to favor Toast over Neptune and Widowmaker, who's putting on quite the performance despite the SR difference there. And, I mean, right now, the Cuppa, they've got themselves in a position where they just have to hold a pretty decent amount of time on point B and point C, which is very easy on Circuit Royale. And like you said, map 5 is definitely in the cards. The Foxians have a pretty good chance to bring it back. But the interesting thing to question here is now, you know, HV against Strudel on the Hanzo is probably going to be fairly even, and it's going to be down to Toast for Neptune once again on the Widowmaker, I think.
Like you said, SR definitely higher for Neptune, but the eye test, the performance this match, Toast has been just incredible. Ooh.
Open and pick, they're over on towards Strudel. I believe might have had to help the Sonic arrow there, knowing where that Hanzo was ready to peek. And Yoda, yeah, we said it last time. I don't know if it was you or somebody else on the Colorcast with me, but any Sigma who plays up on that right-hand side is basically asking to get killed. Looks like Yoda will get out just in time with the Immortality Field. But right now, a very close call. They're on the Fedora Master, but just barely in time with that eat is going to be Yoda to get Fedora Master out of that pickle. But Neptune with another pick here on the Widowmaker. You know, we were questioning taking on Toast in that duel, but Neptune coming out on top. The attack Widowmakers having a big advantage so far in this map, but not usually what you see.
Yeah, Neptune said, you know, I like pickles, and he just kind of picked off the Fedora Master. 5 minutes, over 5 minutes in the time bank. Not ideal, not what you want to see. But as we saw on the attack, it doesn't matter what you're going with, it's what you end with.
Toast responds with an early pick on my 80 second. It's just going to be the Widowmakers battling this point out, I think. There's really, both of them have been just difference makers so far. Whichever Widow seems to get the pick, seems bringing it back. And yeah, Yoda just walks down Neptune, and now Toast has a really good angle on the side here, but just around the corner is going to be the Foxians getting out with their lives, able to dodge Toast Pulse, and the hold will start here for the Chip Cuppa right at the hill. And now that he's big advantage for the defenders, especially going through those little panels on the high ground.
They're the rocks.
Oh
especially
no! The Swiffer Wet Jet activates here from Yoda. The Transcendence out from Doormaster, trying to stabilize his team through the Orbital Ray, through the Gridic Flux. Not going to do it. But honestly, you get a decent amount of ult if you're the Foxians. The Foxes, if you're the Cuppa. And you have another touch here. But you're going to walk into a Dragon, which can be pretty rough to try to recontest.
Yeah, you got the Windows mirror. Oh, Yoda onto the Zarya. I think he's fed up. But I think this comes down to who has a better window.
HVSec is ready with the Graviton Surge. They notice the twop onto the Zarya. Now Yoda kind of isolated, but a nice wall will get the team across this Windows pressure. Now Ramatez can look for an exchange, but Neptune taken down. The real sniper emerges as the Icicle's gonna land. Immortality Field taken down almost immediately. Here's Dire just shredded with Yoda, and I love the swap from Yoda here over onto the Zarya. Can play way more aggressive here and take advantage of the defender positioning here and play kind of like how Dire was playing with the Reinhardt on point B and just kind of walk through the Sigma, and Dire swaps on the Reinhardt off the Sigma. I think Jack asked the right question. What is that?
It's unprecedented tank swaps here. Certainly not what you would normally see. War just gets beamed from the high ground. I didn't know the beam reaches that far, but...
Oh, the wall just barely gets missed out onto Yoda here. Yoda has a Graviton Surge, so they decide to push forward here, but Foxians are retreating for now, so a huge ult for them next fight here. Yoda dropping down, trying to get a pick. Blizzard comes on in. I don't know if locked anybody up here. Neptune stuck in a little room and gets shredded. The Blizzard...
Yeah, Dire got frozen.
Okay, so the Blizzard didn't freeze too many people, but it did create a distraction and split them up, and the healing was not there for Neptune either. So really great aggressive plays coming out right now from the Chip Cuppa, trying to dwindle this time back down. They're doing a great job. 2.5 minutes remaining, and they have the ult still to hold for even longer.
Yeah, the Graviton could be pivotal here. It depends on how they use it. I mean, Strudel could have a devious wall. Ooh.
Oh, it's gonna be, like you said, it's very devious. And the Graviton Surge follow up on top of that. Immortality Field and Trents are invested. Oh, we're gonna find Neptune, so only one pick off those ultimates, so potentially trouble here for the Foxes. Strudel flying low, has a wall in time. Well, Yoda is really behind enemy lines here with a decent amount of charge and just melts him on down.
Zarya get this much value on this map, especially into a Reinhardt. He's just kind of like walking wherever the hell he wants to, and it's working. I believe a 5-man Graviton there.
Yeah, as they're all rotating through as a 5-man Graviton, but didn't get one kill back, but just the strain on the cooldowns was enough to take that. The wall, interesting from Strudel there. Don't really know who's going through that little area.
Wait, Strudel. Oh.
Not the best start here for the Chip Cup as they're forced retreat down their May.
Yoda's already at 60%.
She will probably get back in time for the next fight if they can just stay alive, but Yoda's kind of stuck behind enemy lines. They use the Blizzard, find a Ramatez through the window. Dire gets Suzu'd. 100 charges Yoda up on the high ground here is melting down Neptune. HVSec with the charge, eventually gets that kill. Dire 1 HP, but getting pelted with bullets from Jack. But the spawn advantage here, they could get one more touch. Toast has the sights. Dire maybe going around for a quick shatter around that corner. Neptune
Yoda on the Rhine.
Yeah, maybe get just a charge, last second contest here. Window
Probably
comes out, looking for the shatter. Here is going to be Dire. He's lining up. The shatter lands on two members, both supports down. In fact, landed on a 3 with Toast in the back. Didn't know if he was close enough or not, but the Forward Master turret Transfest not in time to save Yoda, save Strudel, and now he's just getting time off the bank. 20 seconds in the time bank. Raz, you gotta go die on cart there, and they will do just that. But now you're walking in with the Blizzard, and now a minute and a half in the time, but they cannot get staggered here as Yoda. I mean, okay. Instantly traded on the Ryans, and see if any swaps come through for your team.
Yeah, a bit of a comical Ryan swap there. Okay, Toast gets another pick.
Oh, almost got Neptune mid-blink there as well on the Tracer, but just survives the slide out from HVSec. But the May advantage runner from Strudel might just be the deciding factor in this map. You think if you're going Ryan on Ryan, you'd want, a May, but Neptune's getting poked out by Strudel on the side here. Because now Strudel's going way on the flank, looking for this Blizzard. Might get spotted, but ward down. No Suzu for the Blizzard. For A1 Frozen. Jack using Uber Ray as well. Both supports down for the Foxes. Dire is going back towards spawn. Is getting walled off and toast by Neptune, and now Dire just pinning out, trying to survive, but will get staggered out. And that might have been not the best use of the orbital ray from Jack there.
Might not have been.
I mean, I get the idea. It just didn't work out.
He swaps over to the ERA as well. I truly do not know what is happening with that pick. I think if you wanted to, like a Baptiste or like a Zen would be better. Lucio.
Toast. Barely missing that shot over onto HV Sec. Lucky to be alive. Jack as well. The recall 4-star earlier from Neptune, so big advantage right now for the Chip Cuppa as the fight really begins to break out. They are aware of this rotation. Dire trying to build it towards this next shatter. Very close, but War once again 1 HP. The window
This
just
is a
melts
really big
Dire.
swimming pool.
The carts. Photomaster will get a touch. Neptune trying to get that push over on towards the cart, but that big rock mid recall. HV Sec with the overclock just slides it, but Toast is lighting up the kill feed. And ladies and gentlemen, we are going to map 5. It wouldn't be a Cuppa's match either way. And the look of the Cuppa after that first defense from the Foxians, almost like a new sense of invigoration through them as everybody coming alive.
That was definitely a very good map by Toast there. Shut down everything Neptune played. Okay. Yeah. Not much more to say there. Instantly over to the new Junk City swap. Believe that's what map 5 will be. If I can take an educated guess.
Yeah, but we've seen how well
I
the
wonder
Cuppa
if
have
they're gonna
looked
play
in like this
Junker
brawler,
Queen.
in this brawl look. And I mean, if you go Junker Queen, I'm sure that Yoda will be happy to oblige that, especially on map 5. But I won't send us to a break because we're already here, so might as well keep.
This
on
is really
keeping
like
on.
the Junker Queen worked before. Let's try going back to it.
I believe.
Wait, no. The Junker Queen did not work for the Cuppa, so they're like, maybe it won't work again. But has Muffin Lumps played a map?
He has played one map. No, he might play the middle 2.
He played Anubis for sure.
It's also because the
on BAP
Cuppa has
on
7
Anubis.
players and they're all present, so the map thing only goes to 1. The map requirements. So that's why he played his 1, and the Law also played their 1. So yeah, they're fine. They're a 7-player team, and they have all.
Oh no, I just couldn't remember what map Muffin was
Yeah,
in.
he
on,
played.
It was
He played,
Anubis.
He played Anubis. Okay, never mind. It appears we need a potty break, so we will be going to a quick break. Do not go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Overwatch Clash will continue after this. Stay tuned for map 5.
beats are the purest. Prove it. These beats are the purest. Prove it.
And welcome back, everybody. We appreciate your patience on that. Toast had to fight his demons in another room in his house. You won't know which room that is, but with that being said, we're finally going into our map 5 here of the Foxians in the Chip Cuppa. And we've seen a very close series kind of back and forth depending on the map here. And now we're going into more brawl-heavy look, which we did see on Oasis go heavily in favor of the Foxians, but also that was also the Kua in the lineup on the tank. So a complete new look here with Dire opting into the Junker Queen look, and Yoda sticking contours what was working so far this series over onto that Zarya. Do you expect to see a swap off of Zarya if we see a Junker Queen, or does Yoda just keep it the whole time here?
I think he just keeps it. He probably was swapped earlier, at least one of the other maps tonight. Playing on a team with Yoda before, he does kind of start feeling good in a certain tank and just want to keep going with that. And we saw that the Zarya was working really well previous maps, so.
We're gonna walk in here, an early bubble used out from Yoda. They do spot out the DPS. You see HVSec Alvaro on towards that flank. Neptune falling pretty low, but will stabilize right back up. Jack first to fall though, so down your Moira. It's a lot of resources taken away for the Master low though, and Dire deciding to go back in over on the supports, try to trade one out. Looks like they will do just that. Both DPS for the Foxians, and Yoda finds 2 with 1 right click. You love to see that. War and Dire at 1 HP. Fedora Master cleans it up.
I don't know how Fedora Master lived that.
He was kind of just jumping.
He was
around.
on like a sliver.
Kind of jumping around, you know how it happens on Juno. But early point of Vanguard, Neptune off the Junker back over on the Cassidy. Maybe to look more at Toast on the Tracer, but also like the Junker more.
Yeah. Depends on what kind of style you're going with. I think the gas is probably aimed towards getting the Juno out of the sky.
A very nice wall though from Strudel will isolate members. Yoda flying, Loba gets healed right up. Strudel closing on this Blizzard at a very quick rate here. Warren Jack only 60% towards her support ultimate. It's a big hinder grenade. Finding multiple members. The roll right click onto Yoda, but Strudel with this Blizzard. They're trying to get out their lives, and they will find Strudel. Exchange off for Dire though, so a tank for a May. Point will flip. Recall is forced. Out of Toast, they have Pulse Bomb. The point is still in control of the Fox, and the Master with the Orbit Array walking on HVSec has the Death Blossom in the back line. Both supports are gone for both these teams. No, Master Raven has 1 HP now gone. Now it's just Yoda versus HVSec over on this point. 1v1. Dire almost back to the fray. Yoda will have this Groudtown Surge should they need it, but it's just Dire and it's walled off from any support from the team. The fact that Yoda is still alive through all of this is a miracle. Cole's out from Jack, trying to keep War alive on the point, try to get as much percentage on this point as possible. But I also wonder, are you wasting your ultimates here, trying to get an extra 10 or so percent off?
Yes, you are.
Well, thanks for answering. Dire Doomfist again.
Kind of a miracle they even got 60% of that. I mean, it should have been Dire onto the Doomfist. Like, again, I did not like that before, but it did work, I guess.
They're going back under again, but Yoda's kind of suspecting this is... Oh, they're in a really tough spot here. High noon from Neptune, but the big Groudtown Surge, 4 people. The Pulse Bomb not going to do too much on top of that one either. That's Strudel first to fall. Casino Rush from Ramataz. We might have just flubbed this here if you are Chip Cuppa, but never mind. Once that beat health goes away, they just melt instantly here. Dryer on the Doomfist trying to survive as long as they can with that eat, but...
Very good Kitsune Rush. You have 0 ults from the Foxians. I mean, none from the Cuppa as well, but I mean...
The Ramatra switch.
The Cuppa come away with the point win. Ramatra. Ooh, me no likey.
Jock falling low, but will get stabilized right back up. Toast points of pressure over on the support line, but once again, a very split approach right now as Neptune swaps over on the May instead of the Cassidy. But the high ground control right now from Yoda as they try to stay him off here. Nice wall from Strudel. Stops the Reaper from really engaging. The wall was just a little bit off there from Neptune. They couldn't get any because Strudel is 3% towards this Blizzard, just trying to survive, and Rhoda over on towards the point. Looks like he will do just that. Strudel dies, but the Blizzard did get off. But did not freeze anybody. He's able to get around a corner as both DPS for the Chip Cuppa are taken down. An early point presence gained for the Foxians.
Grab, though. No beat from War.
Do they decide to punish the Coalescence for the ring contest? Now Yoda's in really rough position. The wall from Neptune will stop the Zarya from retreating. And a good Cole will stop that, reset the Zarya charge. And no kills for the Cuppa, so looking good for Foxians.
That was good discipline by Yoda there to hold the grab. I think you want to play this as close to them getting beat as possible, but them not having it. And just kind of try to avoid the Mei ult being used by the Foxians here.
Here comes a Graviton Surge, and the Pulse Bomb on top of it. Can't get any kills because of the Ramattra form, but both supports cleaned up for Foxians fairly easily for the Cuppa. HP Sec trying to get in the back line to preset the Yoda charge, but cannot do so. Support was there, but now the ult advantages heavily for the Foxians right now. Especially if they get this war beat mid-fight. It's looking pretty good for them to take this point. It's just a 1-1, a flashpoint.
Not looking too shabby for the Cuppa themselves, though, either. I mean, you got
It's
both
true with
support
another
ults.
beat, or another Blizzard.
Yeah, and then Blizzard's already online, so if you Blizzard first here, this could be deadly.
1% away, gets it just in time, but dies, and I believe that's an Ajax. It didn't go off, I think.
You are correct.
And, so as you're saying, the ult advantage is heavily for the Foxians. I know you're saying the entire time as the fight broke out, but now we're going to see a 1-1 advantage here, and War will have the beat, only ultimate online for either team. I mean, because the Foxians ride that momentum in the next point. A nice boot from War allows Toast not to touch. Now,
He just needs to die.
looks like Toast trying to get out. No, cannot get out in time as War cleans that one up. And now Cuppa on the back foot.
It's pretty close here. I mean, map 5, 1-1 so far. Could be anyone's game. Ultimates looking pretty even. You got beat. You got beat for the Foxians coming up on Cole, and then Pulse Bomb coming up on Grab. Probably want to take a quick fight if you're the Cuppa.
Oh, but Neptune just finds the headshot. I don't even know if he's aiming at Toast there. I think he's going for the people behind him, but we'll take it nonetheless. The beat will basically certify this fight as a victory for the Foxians here. As they go over, Ramataz is going to get staggered out here. Neptune with another headshot, 50% to another Blizzard already. And still holding on to Cole Lessons here is going to be Jack. So a good advantage right for Foxians to take a second point and potentially themselves to map and match point.
Not looking too great for the Cuppa. I mean, you really want to take back that momentum that you lost there. First fight. But was not able to get it done. Dire with an early form, though. This could be punished.
Oh, that was a great bait from Toast there. Based the aggression out of the Cuppa as they used all their cool, or the Foxians used all their cool, but it doesn't matter as the Foxians come right back in and get all the kills on the back of that, despite potentially going a bit too soon on the engage. A free 15 or so % for the Cuppa is going to be garnered. But now the ultimates are still there for you. Still got Grab, still got Pulse Bomb, but you're going to be walking into both DPS for the Foxians here.
Yeah, I just realized this is West Coast as well for this map, so.
Yeah, Fedora Master.
True.
He's having fun at least.
This Reaper. Forced out, no Wraith.
And that might be the
I think
go
you just
button.
gotta, yeah, you gotta get a good grab here.
They're gonna walk in here. The Graviton Surge comes out. It's a big one. The big stick as well on top of it. But the they survived through all that. Somehow the Pulse Bomb not able to hit, and he kills Jack. 1 HP. HP Sec. Reaper Ultimate exchange for an Immortality Field. Not the best exchange. The Blizzard out from Strudel trying to bring it back for the Cuppa. HP Sec 1 HP with no Wraith. Toast cleans that one up, but he's also 1 HP himself. Over to Ray from Fedora Master trying to stabilize Strudel over on the point. But the Fox might just have this here, especially Annihilation for the cleanup should they need it. It's going to be a 2-on-2 on point, a support and a tank, and both Mays ready to go. Jack just trying to build up towards the Coalescence should they need it, but it doesn't look like they might. Still very scrappy on this point here. They're going to have window for the recontest here should they decide to go for it. Yes, Strudel just baiting him off this point for now. They will eventually find Strudel, but it's now a 4-on-5. Still very doable for either side. War closest beat. Jack has Coalescence. Neptune 1 HP for the wall just in time to keep the Mei alive. And the kills finally heavily in favor of the Foxes. They might take this point home. They did get the Coalescence out, though, if you're the Cuppa, so not too bad of a last-second contest.
I really don't think the Zarya is working anymore. You're just not able to build enough charge when there's a Ramattra instead of a pretty much any other tank. So like a queen would be good here, especially into the Lucio.
Oh, and Yoda's in a really tough position there. The Blizzard, they're going to isolate the Zarya completely. Has one bubble, but it's not going to last too much longer. Irritai field from Ramataz might keep him alive. Looks like it will do just that. The beat from War for the recontest, but Strudel has a Blizzard on the back line. Still very winnable for either side. The breeze over on towards Dire, and Ramataz through the window. Razmataz with a huge fight here. Irritai field keeps Yoda alive into the window in the 2K off the back of that. Ramataz might just brought the Cuppa right back in this map with a huge play from the Baptiste.
Yeah, that was an excellent window. Got the tank, got the Ramattra frozen in the Blizzard ult, and then took down the Reaper ult right in front of the window. A bit questionable, but 0 ultimates from the Foxians. I mean, only grab an orbital from the Cuppa, but you're gonna try to hopefully get this tied up 2-2 without using any ults. Maybe you have to use one.
Very split approach right now from the Foxians, trying to catch somebody out here. Looks like they will find Strudel on the wall. Must not have had the block in time here as HPSec finding 2. Very winnable for the Foxians here now, but especially with Fedora going down, can't use the Obert Array. Yoda will get jacked on the back line. Yoda, very high charge here. Walking on this point. Toast gets bubbled right up, 95%. Close to his Reaper ultimate. Might be the turning point here. Yoda on the high ground is poking and prodding, but Toast 3% away. And Yoda's got to either get out of here or die because he's in a really tough spot. Fedora is there for the healing. Toast will be turning very quickly with his own ultimate, but it's a 4-on-4. And the speed ring to disengage. And now Jack has a Coalescence. This is going to be a very close fight for both sides. Ultimate's ready to go in either. HPSec, though, is kind of waiting around this corner. Over to Ray out from Fedora Master, but HPSec in a very tough position. Does get out through the window. Yoda trying to melt him on through.
No,
already 80% to his Graviton Surge. Blizzard from Neptune, though, and the Annihilation on top of all this. The Foxians want to end this map right now by throwing all their ultimates at the wall. War with the beat as well. It's a 3-man beat. And Dire takes down both supports with the Annihilation. We need a quick restart from the Cuppa here if they want to take this map potentially and take points.
Yeah, they used 4 ults there in that fight. Certainly not a guarantee that you even won that point here. You do have grab, you got Reaper ult, you got window. It looks good. I mean, obviously you have to get into the point. I'm gonna assume Toast is probably gonna do. Oh, maybe Fedora on the Lucio touch, but
so we're going for your
someone's gotta go. Oh no!
Also coming through main. An
excellent wall. Walling off Fedora Master. He just cuts off that point of contact. Neptune might have just saved them the map and secured the series with that wall.
And sadly, a very anticlimactic finish for that final fight, but that will be the Foxians taking map 5 in a 3-1 fashion. So I say the Foxians set themselves up now with their 3rd win of the season for a pretty good spot in the playoffs. A really good potential to stay alive in the hunt. But the Cuppa taking that loss, it's gonna be a tough climb for them to get back into the playoff picture. But now we got to decide on an MVP. We won't do an interview today because sadly we have to get going. Corey's got somewhere to go, but we will still award an MVP regardless for the Foxians, and a lot of people give it to tonight. But I got someone in my mind, but I'll listen to what you got to say first here.
I don't have anyone in mind, to be honest. No one stood out to me. So
I would
just go with your pick.
I was just gonna go with the ever present, ever consistent HVSec. Able to play whatever the team really requires of him, swapping to the Reaper, the Cassie, the Hanzo. You're showing a decent amount of versatility in the hero pool. And with Randy leaving halfway through, Neptune coming in, kind of made like that carry SR player not really stick out. So every player on the Foxians is playing very strong right now. Just a nice, solid, all-around team win there. Like you said, already sticking out. So it's good to HVSec. I don't think he's got it very often here this season, so we'll give it to him, show him some love, and yeah, that's probably the perfect person to not have an interview for. So
yeah, not mentioned much.
And yeah, I mean, with that being said, the Foxians taking their 3rd win. The Cuppa sadly once again falling in a map 5. Let's see if they can bounce back here. Our next match is going to be on Thursday. I believe we have 5 matches on Thursday. So in terms of an official prod, probably not going to happen. So stay tuned to the Discord for any personal POVs being advertised there for those matches. We might try to get one scuff prod going once a couple of games finish up. But with that being said, I've been Booney. Joining me tonight has been Corey. And we'll see all you guys next time. Stay safe, stay healthy, have a great rest of your